It was luck that led to the killing of Sinwar. He was not assassinated by the Israeli intelligence. He was fighting Israeli occupation forces in Rafah. And only after over a year, Netanyahu brags and appeared on TV stations and he said, here we go, I killed the mastermind.
That's a big word to say that this was luck, not Israeli intelligence and thought that was behind this, because that's how, he's just spoken on live television right now, making many statements saying that this is not over yet. I don't think...
This is the fact.
That's a big word, yeah.
This is the fact. They did not say that they killed him based on intelligence information. They killed 3 armed men, and when they went to inspect their bodies, they suspected that he could be Sinwar. And they took their bodies for forensic examination, and it turned out that he was Sinwar. So he was not hiding, and it's only luck. And after over a year, Netanyahu says, portrays himself as a hero and says, here I am. I killed the person who caused suffering to the families of hostages.
Now, October the 7th is seen as one of the biggest failures of intelligence for Israel. Surely the fact that you say that this is luck, that many other people will probably be also saying this. What does it say about Israel's intelligence?
It's failures upon failures, fabrications, false news, that led to this genocidal war, so much destruction. The question is now, why doesn't Israel agree to a ceasefire if they killed the person who caused this mayhem?
And that's what we've just heard right now, sorry to interrupt you, from Matthew Miller, who, the US State Department spokesperson, who actually called Sinwar the chief obstacle to the ceasefire talks. What do you make of that?
The obstacle is gone. So why not sit down now and announce on air that Israel is going to agree for any ceasefire?
Okay, who replaced him?
We don't know yet. It could be one of his aides. It could be from inside Gaza, outside, probably his brother. And this is a test for the international community, for the U.S. administration, the White House, to pressure Israel to say, look, you killed the guy who caused all this, suffering to both Israelis and Palestinians. Let's now reach a peaceful settlement, an agreement, and call for the release of the hostages and end this bloodshed. Because Netanyahu, he is not going to end his occupation of Gaza. He might just agree to a temporary ceasefire. And he put a condition: any Hamas member, any person who captures hostages in Gaza will walk free if they lay their arms. So this is an evidence that Netanyahu is not going to end this genocide. And he's got the blessings of Biden. He said, oh, Hamas leader has been killed, Kamala Harris, and all the US officials. It's like they are celebrating now. It's like Netanyahu is the hero now.
They did say, Biden did say this was a good day. Now, Netanyahu also said that Hamas will not rule Gaza.
Well, he has failed for over a year to crush the resistance. Every day the resistance, they release videos detonating Israeli tanks, attacking soldiers, and they do not have a stronghold on Gaza. And it's not going to be an easy mission. But who's going to rule Gaza? Are they going to allow international force? Is the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, led by Abbas, is willing to rule the Palestinian territory? What's the role of Israel? There is so much suffering, there is so much burden, and Israel wants to be pardoned from its responsibility as an occupying power. This genocide wouldn't have lasted for more than a year if it doesn't receive blessings. Now, Israel keeps extorting, and I say extorting, the West, by saying, like, we are fighting terrorist organizations. And they all the time, they play the victim card. Now, the Palestinians are the victims. Hamas wouldn't have carried out that attack if Israel doesn't occupy Palestinian lands. Hamas, other resistance factions, are the result, are the produce of the Israeli occupation. Palestinians have suffered enough for decades, and it's time that these people, Palestinians who live in the world's largest concentration camp, to be free.
Now, one of my guests, Yusuf, earlier on the program said that Hamas was stronger now.
Israel has orphaned tens of thousands of Palestinian children, and those children, when they grow up in some years' time, they will join the resistance and they will become freedom fighters. Hamas enjoys popularity, but its popularity has diminished a little bit. Obviously, Israel wants the Palestinians to blame Hamas for their misery by destroying their houses, by killing their family members. But this is not going to be in Israel's side. I think those people who lost their loved ones, they will not blame the resistance, they will blame Israel for killing their loved ones.
Because there was an interesting point there. What happens next? Where do we go right now? Earlier when we were speaking, you said that possibly he'll be replaced this evening, as soon as possible. How does...
Yeah.
And what will that look like? What will that person look like as the person that will negotiate? Because as we heard Matthew Miller saying, he was an obstacle. What kind of negotiation will we see?
Now we need a transparent mediator. The U.S. is not an honest peace broker. So it could be the European Union, it could be any other country, it could be Qatar. I think the future is bleak. I think Israel survives on shedding Palestinian blood. The blood of Palestinians serves Netanyahu's ego and political career, and he will keep blaming the Palestinians for what happened on the 7th of October as if it was the root cause of this conflict. I think there will never be peace in the region, in the Middle East, in the worldwide, worldwide without a just solution to the Palestinian conflict. The whole world has seen Israel killing people, burning civilians alive, and it will always be remembered as the country that killed children the most worldwide. This genocidal war, a digital genocide that has been broadcasted by the victims themselves, is ongoing for a second year amid international apathy.
International apathy.
Yeah.
With regards to international reaction, does this killing of Yahya Sinwar change anything? Does it move the concern about a regional war to possibly calming what is happening down in Gaza and really pushing for a ceasefire? This is
a delusional victory for Netanyahu. So probably he might accept some of the pressure imposed on him by the U.S. administration or by the international community, and he might soften his stance by saying, I'm going to allow more aid, I'm going to ease my military operations in Gaza. So probably this will signal the end of this genocide, but the suffering of Palestinians obviously is not going to stop, because Israel is going to continue its operations. It will, extort the world, and it will look for a boogeyman. So by killing Sinwar, Israel is going to blame Palestinians and to push them to the corner in order for Palestinians to resist back, and so on. We're going to be back to square zero. The violence will continue as long as Israel continues Palestinian lands.
Yusuf, thank you so much. Yusuf Al-Helou, thank you for your time and for coming in today on this important day.